Anthropic just dropped Claude Design, and everyone online is calling it the Figma killer, which is impressive because apparently every new AI tool now has to kill something. Like when they said ChatGPT would kill Google or Devon would kill software engineers. But somehow Google still exists and developers are still crying trying to fix bugs in their codebase that was written by AI. Now, whenever a new AI tool drops, there's always a massive wave of hype, followed immediately by a wave of skeptics saying it's just a toy. I wanted to find out the truth, so I spent the last few days diving deep into Claude Design. And honestly, I went in skeptical, but I'm actually quite surprised by what it's capable of. Today, I'm going to be doing a live demo so we can see just how good it is. So what actually is Claude Design? Simply put, it's a full creative surface powered by Anthropic's new Opus 4.7 model. The idea of Claude Design is not new. I mean, we saw Google come out with Google Stitch not too long ago, so today we will see how Claude Design holds up to that. Claude Design actually builds completely unique layouts from scratch based on your prompt. It can generate wireframes, high-fidelity interactive prototypes, pitch decks, and even motion graphics. So we can see here on their page where they mention how it works, they tell us that Claude Design has this interactive flow where Claude builds a design system based on your codebase and design files, and every project after that uses your colors, typography, and components automatically. They also allow you to import images and documents like a PowerPoint, so you don't have to just start with a prompt. You can also use web capture tools to grab elements directly from websites. And finally, they allow you to comment on specific elements and ask Claude to make edits or tweaks directly on that element. We will take a look at this later. Because it's powered by Opus 4.7, it has a massive vision upgrade. It can analyze reference images up to 3.75 megapixels. This means it actually understands the tiny pixel-perfect details of the references you feed it. But the real magic is in how you use it. To test Claude Design today, I wanted to provide it with a prompt of an application that I've been wanting to build for quite some time. So I had ChatGPT craft me a good prompt for it, and then I'm going to paste it into Claude Design and see what it can print out. Here, ChatGPT is going to give me a much more detailed prompt than I could have come up with, which is good since we need a good prompt to test its full capabilities. The main idea of the app here is that it shows you low-calorie food options from your favorite restaurants without you having to go and look at the menu, saving the user a lot of time. The idea of the app is basic, but it's the UI that could make or break an app like this. The thing that caught my attention here is that we can give Claude our own design or our own color palette or even a Figma file to give it some context. So we can see here as it's getting to work, it actually creates a similar workflow like in Claude Code. This process of generating the design actually took quite some time, but in the end, it ended up generating a very beautiful UI. We can see here just how clean and natural the onboarding flow looks. You wouldn't even be able to tell that an AI designed it. We can also see here a consistent color palette that doesn't look like the traditional AI colors with all that purple and neon. Also, the typography looks really good. I'm just amazed at how all of this came out, and I can tell it's been trained on a lot of app UIs. And the craziest part about this is that each component that is generated here is interactive and can be modified if we want to change something. Now, what makes this special is that we can export this design straight into Claude Code and it will give it all the context we need to begin building this application. So we no longer have to smash our keyboards trying to describe what we want to Claude Code. We have our UI we can import right in. Once we get our design, there are many things we can do if we are not happy with how something turned out. We can see here the tweak feature at the top. We can describe a tweak we want to make and send it back to Claude. We can also add a comment on a specific element that we want to change by clicking on the comment button and selecting that element. We can also directly edit each element by clicking the edit button, clicking on that element, and changing things like the color, typography, and size. Now, obviously, this is perfect if you just want ideas from scratch. But if you have an existing idea and you want Claude Design to implement it perfectly, or you have an existing design palette that you want Claude Design to implement, it could be a little bit more difficult, and that's why Claude Design is not perfect yet. But from getting an idea out of your head and onto some palette, I think this tool is perfect. Now, as much as I am loving Claude Design, I have to keep it real with you guys.
I'm gonna keep it real with you like that.
The issue for designers right now is the rate limit. Claude Design has a strict weekly quota. Because the tool is so fun and easy to iterate with, power users on the $200 a month max plan are finding themselves hitting that limit after just 20 or 30 design iterations. Anyways, that's about it for me.